Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Diogenes Vargas, and today I'll be speaking about the book of Isaiah. When I started studying Isaiah, I realized just how powerful and deep this book is. Excuse me. It's full of warning, hope, and some of the clearest prophecies about, the coming of Christ. But one question that caught my attention was, did Isaiah really write the whole thing? That question matters because it's not just about history, it's about how we understand God's message through his prophet. So in this short video, I want to talk about the main view and who wrote Isaiah, the time he lived in, and the reasons why I personally believe the book points to one voice. And when we look into the context of Isaiah, Isaiah lived during a very unstable time in the times of Judah. He served under 4 kings, and he saw it all, this crisis. The Assyrian Empire was expanding, threatening small nations like Judah and Israel. Inside, there was corruption, injustice, and idol worship. What makes the book of Isaiah unique is, or just Isaiah himself, is that he wasn't just preaching from the streets like the other prophets. He was and had a direct access inside the royal court. So he spoke face to face with the kings. You can see that in chapter 7 and also in chapter 36 to 39. So his message had a lot to do with political decisions and national faith. Isaiah called his people to trust in God. Instead of military alliance, trust in God. He reminded them that Yahweh is not just Israel's God, but the king over every empire, over Assyrian, Babylon, and even over the time itself. And when we look at the different viewpoints of the authorship, the traditional view, one author, this is the classic Christian Jewish belief. Isaiah wrote all 66 chapters. It's supported by the unity of themes and styles, and the fact that Jesus and the apostles quote from both the early and later chapters, calling them Isaiah. The message of judgment, restoration, and God's holiness stays consistent throughout. When we look into the critical view, you have the book is divided into 3 parts. From chapters 1 to 39, the Prodic Isaiah. You have the second part, if I'm saying it correctly, Deutero Isaiah, from chapters 40 to 55, which is they say the first chapter, from chapter 1 through 39 is written by Isaiah himself. Then from 40 to 55 is written during the Babylonian exile, and then Trito Isaiah 56 through 66 is written after the exile. They argue that these parts reflect different times, writing styles, and even historical settings. And some scholars, followers and editors, they believe that after Isaiah's death, some people have edited the book itself. And it could have preserved and expand, his teachings. Even if others help finalize the text, the main voice and theology still come from Isaiah's prophecy, his prophetic ministry. My viewpoint on the book of Isaiah, personally, I lean strongly towards the unity of Isaiah. As I study the book, I see one clear message that runs from start to finish. God is holy, just, and merciful. Amen. The phrase, the Holy One, Israel, appears through the entire book. It's like Isaiah's signature. Yes, the tone and vocabulary shift, but that can happen over a long ministry. Isaiah spoke during different stages of life and in different national crises. So it makes sense his style has changed too. And prophecy isn't limited by time, because God is in control of time. If God revealed future events like the exile or the fire or the rise of the nations, that's not a problem for God. He can inspire anyone for the future. Plus, Jesus himself quoted Isaiah for both early and later sections as one author. To me, that says it all. And to wrap all this up, at the end of the day, whether Isaiah wrote it or if he had other parts of people, editors, the message is clear. God God is in control, God is faithful, and his plan of redemption never fails. Isaiah shows us that even in chaos and judgment, God still offers hope. From darkness to light, from sin to salvation, Isaiah points us straight forward at God's plan, and he always fulfills his promises. Thank you for watching this video. May God bless each and every one of you guys. Bye-bye.